Hi folks, Rich here. Merry Christmas, or Merry, it's winter, Winterval, for those who don't do Christmas. For those who don't know me, I'm a novice guitarist. I know, I've been a novice guitarist forever, probably still will be. That just is what it is. I like guitars though, so I've had a few. This is guitar number 143. Crazy. And this guitar also marks the shift from being mostly used to being slightly more new ones now. 72 new guitars and 71 used guitars, but all sorts. If you're interested in guitar reviews from a novice, have a look at my playlist. Loads on there, all sorts of stuff. Right from Harley Bentons and Chapmans and Squires and PRSs and Fenders and I don't know, all sorts of stuff. So, why have I bought another one of these, I hear you ask? I know, I'm crazy, stupid, both, whatever. Well, as you know, if you've watched the channel before, I recently bought a Chapman ML1 standard for P90, which is lovely. I've had several Chapmans, they've all been brilliant. Great value for money, nice features, nicely set up, just good. And I've had this guitar before more than once and didn't really appreciate them properly and moaned a bit about the position of this pickup selector switch. But there's no different a place to that on a lot of the PRSs. So just get used to it, Rich. Just get used to it. But the fact is, it's just a really good value guitar. If you think of this guitar versus a Fender in particular, with their prices going up and up, you just get so much more for your money. So, and you also get a nice little bag full of tricks. So let's just quickly, one more time, I've done this before, address the whole Rob Chapman thing. People like toxic brand, don't like Chapman. Well, what about Gibson going after every man and their dog about copyright stuff? What about Fender getting done for price fixing? But even if you take away those big scale things, Rob Chapman is one of the individuals of Chapman Guitars. He is one of the three owners. What about the owners or the top dogs in any business where you could get bullied and forced out? I know this from personal experience. You've got nice people, not nice people, wherever you go in life. So just because Rob has put himself out on YouTube so people get to hear his every word and everything he says, doesn't necessarily mean he's any worse or any better than anyone else. Really, just my opinion, this is. And of course, people do things that they also regret. So, yeah. So really, it's just about the product, isn't it? If there's a product that you like and you want and you need, then you get it. And that's what this is. And this looks like another absolute banger. Just having a quick look. Actually, the finish on this looks nicer than the last one. It's darker red down here rather than orangey. I know, I appreciate the light's fading outside. That is a lovely deep reddy sort of colour at the bottom there. And the neck is a nice dark satin roasted maple. One of the features of Chapman guitars is a thing, their rolled fingerboard edges are just so nice. There's nothing sharp there at all. That is just so super smooth. You get graphite nuts on them. It's hard to tell, but there's no big shoulders. Doesn't look like it's too high. Looks cut really nicely. The tuners are, for me, just as good as the Fender Mexicans. Yeah, the frets like on this one. Okay, they need a polish. They are mucky. Now, these are they've not been made anymore, discontinued, aren't they? So this has probably sat around somewhere for a while. So on my ML3 P90, the frets are polished and they're lovely. They're not on this. So I will need to do that at some point. That's not a big deal. Mahogany body and a flame maple veneer. I love the Chapman strap buttons. They're like Ibanez ones, big sort of mushroom on the top, so it's difficult for your strap to fall off. You get this nice access joint at the top here. What else can I tell you about this? Another thing I like, recessed covers on the back. Only a small thing, but it's just a nice detail. And you get a big full-size block in the back of these as well, which is another nice feature. 2-point trim, so it's modern, volume and a tone. And you always get, got lovely clicky switches. Full-size pots. Just looking for any flaws or blemishes. Can't see on if I was being nitpicky. The finish around this horn here, you can't tell properly in this light. It's a tiny bit off. £349. Belly cut here. They just do, got a bit of heft to it without being excessively heavy as well. Not a million miles away from being in tune. And what's the action like out of the box? Decent on this one as well. So, reverse headstock. Do you know what? I used to hate reverse headstocks. Don't mind it now. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say I like it. It's just a bit unusual. Well, not unusual, but you know, just a bit different, isn't it? But my tuner is battery's dead. It's always battery's dead in my tuner. Where I've moved to, there is more temperature variation as well. So guitars are even more out of tune than they usually are, which they are anyway for me. Terrible at keeping my guitars properly in tune. Oh no, tune is just about, I don't know what it is about tuners and me, they just munch through batteries. There we go, that's gone off. I would use the one on the Spark, but I need to update the firmware. So I can't. Don't want that channel. The nice thing with these, the tone knobs, volume knobs are pretty responsive as well. Really meaty. It's with like 15k. So anyway, that's just a super quick run through. So point is, this is my 7th Chapman. Every single one, the QC has been brilliant on. They're great value for money. The stock pickups on the standard series are, I think, good enough. And if you're into something a little bit different and you don't want to spend a fortune, I think you get a lot of guitar for your money. That's it. I'll catch you later.